Can I expect to, like, can I expect to somehow secure an offer off of maybe one ID camp plus film?
Good question. With the Division III schools we're approaching, unlikely.
Okay.
It's possible. More possible is ID camp, showcase, film. That's more likely because we're talking to the high academic Division III schools, which are like Division I schools in the recruitment process, because every high level soccer player would rather go to that school than certain D1 schools. Like you're not going to go to IUPUI or SIUE. You'd rather go to Bowdoin, even though those are D1 schools. So the answer is probably not. However, that's not the case for all Division III schools. Some Division III schools can just do video and just do one camp. The other thing is the videos, which you're doing a great job of. Like, eventually what's going to happen, think about the recruiting process like this. Okay, the walls are constantly closing all the time. As things are closing, human beings are like popping out over the wall, either quitting soccer, finding a new club team, or joining the team that is squeezing the wall. Does that make sense? So, and then it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. But as that happens, decisions have to be made. So let's say we only saw him twice, got a bunch of video, got his transcript though, he's on the team. And it was like a last second kind of squeeze. So, and that doesn't happen maybe till August, or maybe one of their players is playing in the summer and tears his ACL on his UPSL or USL team, and now they miss him for the rest of the year. So then they need somebody. So it's difficult. The answer is video is the way we kind of leverage that because it's free, it's easy to make, you send it out, and then we ask them, do you need to see me again or not? And with the type of conversations we've been having with schools with you, we're in a good place where we can ask these coaches for they will respond to us, is my point. You're on their respond list. Yeah. How does my timeline line up with theirs? We kind of talked about that, but basically, what do you mean drawbacks of waiting? Oh, we talked about that.
It was just about regular decision lining up with soccer committing.
Yeah. So that is the really difficult part because of the schools you're going to apply to. So because you're considering, the top academic D1 schools as well, less so for soccer, you're not going to know those answers until the spring. Which you will have already made your soccer decision before that moment. So the way we would probably do it with you, let me ask you this. Other than USC, is there any other Division I school, or call it any other school that you would think about applying to without soccer?
Sure, Yale.
Okay, well, both of those. If you get into Yale or USC, the soccer teams are going to go, of course, go to Yale and go to USC. So that's not going to be an issue. That's not. I would even say also they know, statistically speaking, it's unlikely. But, you're a smart kid, so you could be the exception. But what we will do, just so you know, is when we decide on what school we want to go to Division III wise, we will let the coaches know. I'm being honest with you, coach. I've been encouraged by my school counselor to apply for Yale and for USC. If I am admitted into those schools, my family and we won't have a choice. And they will be, if they're not understanding that, that's a whole nother issue, but they will be.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So let me ask you this real quick, just agenda-wise. You sent out your list for Man City Cup?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you have your pamphlet, which is legend. So if you see anybody, obviously say hello. I'm looking at your schedule here that you have in our doc, which I love. So the next event after this one is let me see here. So today is, we did all this. So Man City, then it's going to be, what kind of ID camps have we signed up for?
The ones bolded, the Swarthmore Middlebury, are the two ones we're really close to signing up for and booking flights for, but we haven't pulled the trigger yet.
Okay, got it.
We're probably going to be the only two we're planning for now, and then we're thinking maybe last minute we could decide a little bit later. I don't know how many trips.
Yeah, I know. You guys have done a lot of trips. You guys have been amazing. You've been amazing. So here's what I'd like you to do, because we have all the camps here. For the next 2 days, all you would need to do is, actually, since you have a second now, because you already sent your showcase message out, you're going to research Middlebury. You don't have to sign up for them this second, obviously, because you do have another month. But what I would do is the schools that are at Apex, Bowdoin is an interesting one. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to write this down. For the camps that are on your list, the Masters camps, those camps I don't think are good for you, to be honest. Future 500, is mixed in. John Hopkins is far. Basically, we would just want to email them. You know what I'd rather you do, actually? I don't want you to email anybody right now until after Man City Cup because we're going to have more video. But what I'd like you to do is, could you do this? Could you do a little bit more research on... Can you believe I told you not to send out an email? I think that's the first time I've ever said that. Okay. Could you please do a bit... Oh, you're going to make that list. That's what you're going to do. I want you to make this list. After making this list, what I then want you to do is a fun part of the process. We've been waiting a long time for this. Okay. I want you... I don't know why I did the numbers. I want you to write this list out. Then what I want you to do is categorize them after you've created, like, these sections so I can see them. After you've created these sections... Sorry. Okay. After you've created these sections, I then want you to make a top 10 to 20 list where you're like, these are my top schools. And then I want you to make a top 10 to 20 list without soccer. Probably 20 is probably not. You probably only have 10. Top 10 list without soccer. 5.
Can I organize them within their categories, like schools that have made offers, schools we have had combos with?
Yes.
And then organize by interest?
Yes. Organize like you said it. Yes. Like you said it. If do that, that's fine. It works easier for me when it's separated, but when we meet, we'll talk it through it. So yes, organize it like you said it, and that to me is what I want you to spend time on. Go play soccer this weekend. Then after we organize that, we're going to send out a bunch of emails to gauge what camps we should kind of go to.
Okay.
And then based off of that, we'll decide, do we fly somewhere, do we not, type of thing. And here's the good news too, because we've done this process, really efficiently over the past period of time. Whichever ID camps we're going to, in your case, we're not going to any of them for the most part without prior conversation with the coach. Unless you decided you wanted to go to Yale's ID camp. Otherwise, we're not going to an ID camp unless we have a genuine connection.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's the place we want to be. Okay, I think, so do me a favor, over the weekend or over the tournament or this afternoon, make that list and then book me. It's too difficult to do that discussion over email. And then we'll go from there.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Is your mom there?
Yeah, I can get.
No, it's okay. I'm just going to say goodbye to her. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. And then enjoy the tournament. Say hi to the coaches if you see them. And have mom video, please. Or dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Legend. Good job. Talk to you soon.
Thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome. You did great.
I'll talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.